It's been a good couple of years since Toys Alliance released any Stealth Team figures from their Acid Rain line. Now, with 2 new figures and a bit of part swapping, I've finally assembled my ideal 15th Stealth Team.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey you scallywags! I'll be showcasing my personal 15th Stealth Team and the reasons for part swapping I felt necessary to be on par with Acid Rain's Bucks team. According to lore, this Special Operations Unit was promoted by Senator Broz to replace the Bucks team, so I wanted to make sure that my Stealth Team were worthy of that. First from the team is Camelbot Interceptor, which has been reviewed on our channel, so check that out if you haven't already. This beefy machine is carrying a huge rifle from the Nephilim Stormer, which is ideal for this figure as it fits nicely with this huge frame. Also, he has his huge weapon, which he carries on his shoulder, but obviously can be used when they don't want to be so stealthy. The Interceptor design veers slightly away from conventional Camelbot aesthetic, giving it a more intimidating look. The transformation is simple, and he has a backpack for storage. This, however, can be removed to allow one of his teammates to hop on for a ride if they're feeling a bit lazy. The Interceptor is not just for stealth and storage, he can stand loud and proud on the front lines. Next to make the team is Ajax, or Ajax Hoplitai, another figure reviewed on the channel along with the expansion set. So the helmet here is a bit different, the visor I changed. These heads are, kind of work, but are better now. Power armor figures from Acid Rain are some of the best you can get, fully posable, even though they've got all this armor on. They hold their weapons really well. Got a assault rifle and pistols as well. And just this loadout and look, I really love with this bionic arm thing, and the visor that comes with the expansion set. These grenades I got from Cortex Commander. Popped them on there. I think he had his own, I can't remember. But they fit on just the back there. So yeah, fully loaded to the brim. And just ideal to target multiple enemies on the front lines. Next on the team is the Marksman and Combat Specialist, Ashma. The Buck is from Stealth Talos, which is a figure that can be made into a cyborg with Camelbot limbs, or a standard trooper like I have right here. He has the bonus head that comes with the Camelbot Interceptor, of which there are now a few variations, including one with Neuer from the Stealth team also. Now I did this kit bash before I got Selene Raider figure, but it does appear on the cover of her packaging, so perhaps my subconscious put 2 and 2 together. But I do love this head, really brilliant. There's pistols, which you can hold, of course, the old style pistols. They have new ones now. And on the back, I have put magnets so we can store this assault rifle. I do get asked about these a lot. They're 2mm by 1mm N52 neodymium strong disc magnets you can get from eBay. Head articulation is superb, but there is a tiny hole that you do have to break in, and it does expose the flaws of the Acid Rain World ball joint neck. Lateral arm raise is pretty much standard for Acid Rain World Toys Alliance with the bend and twist. Hands go left and right, even for the right hand, before they change it to down and up hinge. And the elbow is a bit exposed here. It doesn't look very good. A bit of torso and waist. Jean-Claude is very good. I imagine he watches all his movies. Double bend at the knee. Basically everything you need for a character who's versatile on his own or can work very well in a team, especially the 15th Stealth Team. Seline, or Selene Raider, I've made minimal changes to. I've just switched out her hands for these sort of smaller hands instead. She suffers from long arm Acid Rain World syndrome, so these smaller hands work a bit better. They're from the Nephilim Stormer there, with the Neuer head, but we'll get to that. Arms are still long, but the smaller hands make it look not as long. This is a helmeted head with detailed eyes, and she does have an unhelmeted head and a naked neck as well, if you want to change that over. It's a great buck. Surprised we didn't see more. Different colour variations. Until we got Moira. So Moira is the only other female buck I think that uses the top armour bit and the lower crotch area as well. They did improve it by shortening her arms. See here, the back is the same. Articulation is pretty much the same. These longer arms do work well with holding weapons and things like that. See, this waist is just a twist articulation. If we get Moira, they've made space in the inner crotch area to allow more sort of bending. Doesn't work that great though, but yeah, at least it's there. Jean-Claude is pretty decent, and all the leg articulation is good with her. These legs, don't know if they've really been used elsewhere as much, I can't remember. She's my second in command, best at stealth and piloting things. Brand new to the team, released recently, is Stormer. Well, really it's the Nephilim Stormer head on the Neuer, Captain Neuer's body. So this head doesn't come with it, it comes with a skull head, but I wanted to use the unhelmeted head, but that looks a bit too oversized on this body. So this is basically a yellow jacket now in stealth colors, which I prefer. It does have guns, this rifle as well, which I kept on him. This left leg arm is a little bit bent, I have to fix that. Really like this little play feature. Pull this down and he's got a little tablet there he can watch Netflix on. This gun I really like. I think we've seen it somewhere before. First time I've got it, I think. This knife can come off, which is great, and he can hold that to stab people with. The visor can open to say hi with his eyes. The head is slightly different to the normal head, so slightly smaller, and the obviously the paint apps are different, but it does work better with helmets. This is not a great example of that though. Comes with 2 frags, and just like Ajax, you can store them on the back or hold them if you want and throw them. There's a bit there you can take off for added accessory parts. Compared to Ajax, the articulation is a lot smoother. It's a lot less creaky and squeaky and very, very nice and smooth. Stormer will join Ajax on the front lines with more focus, trying to take out important enemies. This is Captain Ram Neuer, aka Nephilim, which is Neuer on a Nephilim Stormer body. Not only does his head work better on this bigger frame, but Neuer is a Balawarden who is supposed to be bigger than your average folk. In fact, he's so big that it was thought he wouldn't be suitable for a stealth team, but he proved the naysayers wrong by becoming captain within 2 years of joining. So I changed his hands to these bigger hands. Same buck as Mason, it was strange they used these smaller hands. As you can see there, the difference in size. The new hands just look too small for this bigger buck. Also, with these hands though, they hold the chainswords a lot better than the new smaller hands. These guns actually come with Neuer. These metal arms are pretty handy. You can articulate them in different ways, however you want, with the guns or the knives. There are tabs to close them up securely. This one will tab in the back here. There you go. These guns have a tab there, which you can secure in that bit. This knife chainsaw thing has got 2 of them there, so you can have it either there or a bit further out like that. Just like slide it in. There's a little click and get it in there. You'd give Leatherface a run for his money. You can pop it in there, but it's a bit of a shallow connection. not the best, so when you're playing about, it can pop out quite a bit. Hold it in the middle there to articulate the arms if you want to do that. And there you can have a chainsword or gun on it. Let's remove his hat. See his look without it. It still looks good like that. Like this head sculpt. So I really wanted to use this head sculpt, so glad it works on this body. Nice fade there. It's just a bit too big for the normal 4-inch buck, and it sits so there's like no neck apparent. So when you're moving the head, it basically moves from the neck as opposed to the bottom of the chin. His arm goes up about there and round. Got the very nice bicep twist. Bend. Twist there as well, the forearm. Left hand can move with the forearm and goes back and forth, left and right. Right one down and up. Movement upper torso is quite nice. Lower here, a bit limited, but altogether quite good. Jean-Claude is terrible. Not good at all. There's a lot hindering articulation going up and back as well. Look at that. Double bend at the knee is awesome. Foot can do everything you need. Down, up, left, right, pivot, all of that stuff. Now, unlike the power armor, these bits are not removable. The armor bits, they're molded in. So yeah, you can't take them off. So he is actually quite nice to pose, even with the limitations. You'll mostly find it with these legs and the crotch area. But he's actually, I don't know if it's the combo of the head and this body. I've been playing about with him quite a bit. More so than Mason. And because of the large feet, you can actually get him to stand up and pose relatively easily. Doesn't prove it, but like that. So yeah, kind of. With this hat, it looks awesome. So there, this is my Captain Ram Neuer, leader of the 15th Stealth Team. Onto some comparisons. These are 1/18 scale, the average height being 4 inches. Some 1/12 scale figures, Mezco Justice League Batman on the left, Son Goku GT on the right, tiny little awesome articulated figure. Some 1/18 scale figures, Gaia Wolf on the left from Skeletron, and Fresh Monkey Fiction's Ultima Fuel on the right. 1/18 scale from Joy Toy. On the left we've got a yearly army builder, and on the right we've got an Infinity figure, the Monstrucker Male. Joy Toy 40k Terminator armor on the left, and it looks like Neuer would be able to fit in the Heresy Era Mark III armor on the right. So let me know what you guys think. Did you pick up any of these guys to finish up your stealth team? Do you think Neuer's head's too big for that body it came with? Click the link in the description for money off codes and affiliate links to support the channel. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. For more content, subscribe, and I'll scale you later.